Yo, welcome back to another episode of The Sauce. We're coming off a Thursday night where we pretty much split even everywhere. College football, the bet of the day hit, Coastal Carolina, but I lost 2 half-unit plays. We finished dead even. NFL, I cashed on the Browns -4, so that was dope, but I also bet the under. So I ended up splitting even and losing the vig there. Pretty much a break-even night in football. But let's put that in the past and let's talk college football Saturday. Starting off with a Big Ten matchup. Michigan, Maryland, let's go.
Welcome to The Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
All right, Maryland on the road in the big house here. Line opened up Michigan laying 16.5 points at home. Early action was all over Michigan. You can see by Monday morning, this line's all the way up to 17.5 already. But it only stays at 17.5 for less than a day, drops back down to 17, even though the public has been continuously on Michigan all week. All the action's still on Michigan. It's up to like 82% of the money on Michigan now or something like that. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Michigan -17.23. So it doesn't tell us anything. It does tell us that our model's pretty on point, though. Actually, the college football model's been on point for a couple weeks now. That's available for every game on the members page of KyleKirms.com, by the way. So let's break down this matchup, and we'll start with the Wolverines. And yeah, Michigan's looked pretty good to start this season. I mean, the combined score of their first 3 games, 166-17. The Wolverines are averaging 55.3 points per game and are allowing just 5.67 points per game. But let's make it very clear. They've had 3 home games against almost nobody. I actually thought Colorado State was going to be kind of nice this year, and it's still early, but they're off to a real rocky start. And then they played Hawaii and UConn, which might as well be bye weeks. At quarterback for Michigan, we're going to see J.J. McCarthy get his start. Cade McNamara is now hurt, but I don't think we can expect to see any drop-off from the Michigan offense. I mean, there's actually a lot of Michigan fans that have been saying J.J. McCarthy should have been started this whole time. Also, that kid is fast, man. McCarthy, I mean, I had read that he's more mobile than Cade McNamara, but last week I was watching him. He's got wheels on him. So now add his athleticism and his legs to the equation. That opens the playbook up for Jim Harbaugh. And I'm really curious how this offense is going to look against the Maryland defense. We know the Terps certainly aren't scaring anybody with their defense. Despite being off to a 3-0 start, Maryland ranks just 63rd in the FBS in schedule-adjusted defensive efficiency. Couple positive things about the Maryland defense. Number 1, I think it's better than it was last year. Last year it was real bad. I think it's taken a step forward. Number 2, I like what I saw in that win against SMU last week. I'm not going to say Maryland's defense looked great against SMU because it really didn't, but you know what? That defense showed up when it was time. Maryland had the ball down 7. They fumbled at midfield. So late in the third quarter, down 7, and they just gave the ball away. From that point on, for the rest of the game, here were the 4 SMU drives against the Maryland defense. Missed field goal, interception, turnover on downs, which allowed Maryland's offense to come back, tie the game, and eventually win it. So is this Maryland defense good? No, but you know what? It showed up when it needed to last week, and I like that shit. But let's be real. Maryland's defense is heading into a storm this weekend. I mean, Michigan's offensive line may be the best in all of college football. They came into the preseason ranked number 2 behind only Georgia, and they've lived up to every little bit of that hype. I do not see any way the Terps defense makes stops against the Michigan running game. I honestly think Blake Corum could have 200 yards from scrimmage in the first half in this game. He's a big play waiting to happen. I bet you CJ Stokes finds the end zone once or twice. And now they have an added element of J.J. McCarthy running the ball too. I think that's just too much for this Maryland front. Also, I know J.J. McCarthy at this point is unproven as a passer, but Maryland's going to have to sell out so hard to stop the Michigan run that I bet if Harbaugh wants to pull it and run a play action, that McCarthy can probably go over the top once or twice in this game as well. The point I'm making, Michigan's offensive line should absolutely bully the shit out of Maryland's front 7, and the Michigan offense should do literally whatever it wants. There's only one factor that I'm not mentioning here. It's the Maryland offense. This Michigan defense hasn't seen anything close to this. In fact, next to the Ohio State game at the end of the year, I think it's safe to say that this Maryland offense is going to be the most explosive offense that Michigan sees all season, obviously next to Ohio State. Talia Tagovailoa is slinging the ball, and he's got weapons everywhere. Deshaun Jones, Rakim Jarrett, obviously he's back from last year. Their tight end's nice. They got Dante Demas Jr., who he's not even off to a hot start. They got him on the depth chart as well. They're also averaging 6.2 yards per carry as a team. This Maryland offense is flat out explosive. And Michigan has a first-year defensive coordinator too. But here's the thing, that guy that they hired, he was the DC, he was with the Baltimore Ravens, I forget, like a D-backs coach or something. Then he was the DC at Vanderbilt. That's an SEC school. So this dude is no stranger to coaching against NFL-style offense. Look, I just think this Michigan offense is too much, and I'm gonna bet this game similar to the way I bet the Georgia game 2 weeks ago. Or no, that was last week, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take Michigan on the first half -10, and Michigan full game -17. I'm gonna put a half unit on each. The purpose of that first half bet is to protect us against a possible backdoor cover, because when you have an offense like Maryland, if Harbaugh pulls his defensive starters, this is an offense that could score 14 points quickly. So let's protect ourselves a little against that backdoor cover. If anything changes with these bets, I will let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the full Saturday ticket, which is bet of the day, underdogs of the day, I'm doing 3 parlays of the day, top 7 bets. If you're interested in all that stuff, go to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. College football Saturday, baby. We're having a good year in college football. Let's keep it rolling. Let's bring in some money. I'll talk to you on Twitter.